Hello there, and welcome to another video about Europa Universalis 5. It feels very, very strange to finally be able to say that, to the point where I think I'm going to start calling it Project Caesar, because that's funny to me. But yes, EU5. It has been announced, and a lot has been shown, but also the dev diaries are still going on. So I feel like it is my, in fact, duty to continue to showcase the Tinto Talks, the Dev Diaries. I don't know what they're going to be called now, but it is something that I'm going to continue to do, because also I enjoy it, and you know what? Now I have a little bit more insight, and I can actually talk about that insight as well, and put in my own experiences in when talking about what I'm reading. So hopefully this is going to be of some use to people, to have that kind of perspective. Unfortunately, the music that you're hearing in the background, it's from EU3, not EU5. I was allowed to show you music from EU5 in my EU5 video, and then whenever I'm showcasing my video again, I'm allowed to use that same footage again. The video music can play there too. But the devs want to do like a proper music dev diary. Here's the music, boom ba dum ba dum, announcement at some point, I assume. And until that point, I'm not gonna be sharing just the music from EU5. But I will say, it slaps. I love the music in EU5. It is beautiful. Anyway, I have a few things to share with you today, and for starters, we have this post from Johan. Basically, this was posted on Friday. I apologize that I know it's Monday today and I'm a little bit behind. I have been ridiculously busy with a bunch of things and everything. I'm pretty sure it's no secret at this point that I accidentally kind of leaked the game and I've a little bit of fallout to deal with. But I just want to say my relationship with Paradox seems to be fine. It is unchanged. I don't think I am going to be like blacklisted or anything. Like I'm still talking with the developers. I'm talking with the influencer manager. Everything's fine there. But yeah, I had like my weekend was a little busy. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, this was posted on Friday, the day after the announcement from Johan. So happy to finally be able to say the name of the project and be able to show real screenshots. Also, yes, the forum is now called EU5, so that's fun. They spent almost 15 months talking to us all on the design and features that they've been building, and then yesterday we did something we've never done before, letting influencers and press get full access to a build and make uncensored videos at this early stage. This part is actually like unprecedented. Like he is not wrong that they have never done before, because they just haven't. I know when it came to Imperative Rome, I got access, if I remember correctly, it was 2 weeks before the release of the game. And we could make content like a few days, it was either a week or a few days before the release. And here, we don't even have a release date. It is that early. So yeah, I don't know. I truly do not have a clue when this game is coming out, and other than the potential that it's going to come out in 2025, based on I believe when the announcement first went live, there was a post on Discord from one of the Paradox mods saying later 2025, but that was then edited. That honestly could mean anything. It could mean they thought it was going to be 2025 and they put it up by accident. That then turned out to be wrong. It could be that the devs are saying, look, we have no idea when it's going to come out. It might be 2025, but also it might be 2026. It might be, whatever. So why put up a prospective release date, even if it is, a year? There's not really any point. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to do anything good, right? So that got taken and changed. But anyway, why did they do this? I would love to know. Besides all the fun marketing reasons, from Johan's perspective as a developer, it allows us to see the game before the optimizations, AI, and game balance is done, while UIs are still being worked upon, and thus it allows us to hear from you what you like a lot, what you're skeptical about, etc. Keep posting the concerns and praise, because Paradox wants to hear it all, and things will change based on our commentary, on our feedback, right? The creators Discord that was set up to do this early access period is full of suggestions and complaints, and I'm not too sure about this element or what is going on here, and a lot of things have had feedback, acted upon. I think I said it in my 30-minute video that I was allowed to do, that one of the things that I guess I had some little bit of feedback on was Italy was just Starvation Peninsula. And I complained about this, and Johan came up with a fix for that. And I implemented it via, changing a line in a text file. You've showed me where to, go and change that. And then that solved the issue. That's not me coming up with the fix. That is me saying, this doesn't work. Italy is unplayable right now because of this element. And then a fix being basically taking a few hours to come up with the idea of the fix, implement it, and whether this particular fix stays in, which was, I believe, every percentage point of development gave 1% extra food generation, which completely fixed the issue. Whether that is the fix that will go live at the end of the development period and end up, being the live game, I don't know. Maybe something else will come up and it'll change to something else. This is still an inactive... It's not inactive. It is still an active development project, whatever. So, things like that can change. But it's just goes to show that the things that we said both in the creators Discord and also the things that people have been commenting on based on the creators' videos that have come out, things are changing because of that. A big one, and I don't have anything to show here because it was said to us in the creators Discord. We were allowed to quote it, but we are not. I mean, I'm not going to show you screenshots from inside that Discord. That would get blacklisted if I haven't tell you that for a fact. Anyway, one of the things that changed based on your feedback is trade. A lot of creators basically, when they started their games, they just spammed out the marketplaces. Because marketplaces gave you trade capacity and market attraction and all that kind of good stuff, and trade was giving you just all of the money. Everyone's incomes was based primarily on trade. If you want a really good trade overview, by the way, I haven't watched every single creator's video yet, but if you want a really good overview of how trade works, to the point where I felt pretty stupid watching his video because I didn't get it nearly as well as he did, go watch the Generalist playing as Korea. His 30-minute video where he's looking at trade in Korea was eye-opening for me. He did a fantastic job. But anyway, one of the fixes that has come with regard to trade... Sorry, I had to go and look it up, so I was making sure that was completely correct. Now, trade income is based on, or you only get crown power percentage of your trade profit. So if, for example, as Florence, maybe I was making a trade profit of say 50 ducats. If I only have 20% crown power, I'm only gonna be making 10 ducats. So that is a colossal, huge, massive ass nerf to trade income. And, well, I would love to get my hands on the game again to see just how I mean, I can tell that immediately that that's going to be impactful, but I would like to get my hands on the game again to just, experience it. I kind of just want to get my hands on the game again just in general. Just in general, that'd be kind of nice. So, for sure. But that is one of the huge changes that's coming in. You have the ability to bribe your estates with money. Basically, you give them money, and it's based on both your income and also the estate's income, is how much money you have to give them to get this boost to their satisfaction. And that's coming also from people's feedback, which is, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of awesome. The amount of changes that are coming based on feedback is something that I've always pointed out when doing these Tinto Talks videos, because it is so, like, novel in this development space. I don't... Certainly it's not happened in any other Paradox game, especially this early in development. I don't know, it's crazy. So yeah, keep posting the concerns and praise. They want to hear all of it and stuff, because of course. But he also wants to show us a picture of Stockholm. No one's posted a screenshot of Stockholm yet. And of course, the Danish character artist absolutely had to make sure the Swedish king looks like the most unflattering portrait ever of him. And, yeah, yeah. He doesn't look great. Hang on, let me see if I can, pull him into view here. He is one ugly motherfucker. Alright, so I guess there's another thing to address here on this point. I don't know, there's been a little bit of... one could call it a little bit of drama, but, you know, we're not going to go drama farming, because that's silly. And that is based on portraits. There is a thread saying, essentially, what we should do, or what the developers should do, is make this flag bigger and cover over the entire portrait. We don't want to see the portrait up here, blah, 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 blah. And there's always drama, but here is a comment that was mentioned on it. A streamer mentioned today that the devs were faced with a choice: either remove the divisive 3D portrait next to the flag, or add more flavor to the game. Yeah, no, that's... firstly, having seen the clip, I don't think this is... that is a stretch to say that this is what was being said. And, like, that is a stretch. That is a straight up reach. That, yeah, no, it's crazy to make that kind of reading from that. But yeah, no, that's not true, right? It's not a case of gotta choose between changing the UI and adding flavor to the game. Like, that is a crazy kind of, like, they don't fit together. Those two are separate things, right? That's not the case. What I will say is, changing this UI element, like, it is not as trivial as people are making out. Because this UI isn't just a, it's not just images, right? These are buttons that do things, so moving these around, like, changes other parts of the game. So it is not a trivial change to, put the flag here instead. But, having to choose between that and flavor is no. Just no. That's not a thing. But yeah, Sweden. I don't think anyone played Sweden in the creator videos, at least that I've seen. So, yeah, it was a country that I was planning on playing, but then I ran out of time, and they took the damn game away from me. So, I don't know. Paradox, if you want me to play Sweden, just give me the game back. You just put it back in my Steam library. Like, no questions asked. I won't say anything. Just put it back. I can keep quiet. You know what? I can keep quiet. It's ironic for me, of all people, to say I can keep quiet after what happened. That's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But also, here is another bit of thing, right? So, Johan said, if keep offering feedback and such, and Silens here has a great point, and that is that certain city models should change. So here we have what Constantinople looks like in EU5, and look, I'm gonna be the first one to say it doesn't look especially amazing in comparison to what it looks like in CK3. At least I think this is CK3. Yeah, I think that's CK3. Either way, this is far more flavorful. Obviously, we have the Theodosian walls, we have the Hippodrome, we have the Hagia Sophia. It looks absolutely freaking gorgeous. Love this. Love all of this. But yeah, it would be nice if EU5s looked like this as well. At the moment, they have just gotten, like, archetypal models, right? Archetypal sprites. So at the moment, the Romans fit into the European archetypal model. And love it or hate it, and this is coming from me, right? This is not something I'm repeating from developers. coming from me, I think that while I would love specifically for the Romans to, start off with unique models and such, I can see in the future a great way of monetizing the game, because love it or hate it, DLC is going to be a thing, right? You have to accept at this point, this game is not going to come out and then get no DLC for the entire existence, and every update to the game is going to be, free, just an update. There will be DLC, and you have to choose in your mind, would you prefer that DLC be mechanical in nature, where mechanics are locked behind paywalls, or would you prefer that to be individual flavor? And part of that individual flavor, in my opinion, could be, okay, we're now looking at the Ottoman flavor DLC. In it, we have a new archetypal model set, giving you new graphics for Ottoman buildings, giving you new graphics for Ottoman clothing, giving you new graphics for Ottoman unit, like the levies and the professional soldiers, all getting unique Ottoman-themed graphics. And honestly, probably some freaking mission trees in there as well, right? This is what I see as the most likely source of post-release monetization. And in my opinion, that is far, far better than we're adding a new mechanic, but you have to pay for it. I think everyone should be able to accept that is a better situation. And you should also accept, as much as you don't like paying for things after the game has come out, that this game will probably want to be, having 10 years of post-release support like EU4 did. And that's got to get paid for somehow. You can't pay for it all just based on initial and future sales of the game. That's just not how development works. It just isn't. So there is gonna be a DLC model, and personally, I think that is a good way to do it. And in this case, while I would love very much that if the Romans got that, unique stuff beforehand, look, even make it a pre-order bonus, I don't care. But I could see, Constantinople having Theodosian Walls, Hagia Sophia, Hippodrome, all of that. I can see that being a cosmetic DLC. I just could. And I think that they specifically would benefit so hard from that. Because yeah, this is a little disappointing compared to this. I mean, of course it is, right? But I don't think it is an insurmountable problem that can't be solved. And Johan also responds to this. If I find... let me just go to show only developer responses. You'll find it easier there. City walls are an interesting problem that they have not solved yet. That goes for things like... I mean, obviously we have castles as a constructible building in EU5. But city walls, as in like surrounding a city with walls, at least I did not see it as a building, but I think probably should be. And if it is added as a building, or if it is already there and I just didn't see it, showing that on the map would be kind of neat. It definitely would be kind of neat, for sure. How much feedback is being posted were you are aware of? So of the feedback that has been seen, how much were they already aware of? So about 90% of the issues that they've seen, they were already aware of. They have 20 QA working full-time on the project. So before the standard, Paradox fired their whole ass QA team, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they got 20, right? So they're working full-time, so yeah. And the influencers, hey, I'm one of those, told us about anything that felt off. Issues like union progress being insanely easy, trade income being OP, I've already told you about the fix of that, and there being no drawbacks. It's things that it's just numbers and rules, and they're easy to fix. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people complain about the unions being like super easy, as if this is a massive problem that's like it's a problem they're aware of, and a trivial fix, and to worry about it, I mean, point it out, sure, makes sense, 100% point it out. But I've seen people like doom and gloom about the game and it needs to be pushed back by, if they release in 2025, that's crazy. They got so much things to work on. Like the trade income being OP, it's already been fixed with like a single line of code. And the union progress, yeah, no, that's also been fixed. So, or it's an easy fix. I don't know if it's been fixed. I don't have the bloody game anymore. But yeah, no, these are things that have already been solved. They're non-issues at this point. But I have seen people doom and gloom about it. And how can they post screenshots without access to look, they can give me access and the ability to post screenshots. I can do it for you, Paradox. I would love to do it for you. Purely out of, I will sacrifice my time for you to be able to do it. It would be great. Half expecting a picture of them widely grinning, and you and the team deserve it. I completely agree with Bokor. I think the team did fantastic. And I just want to say again, and I know some of the Paradox devs do watch my videos. I don't know if it's all of them. I can't imagine it would be. But I know some of them do. And once again, I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for accidentally leaking my video early. I feel still terrible about it. And I just want to once again apologize for that. You guys deserve everything. And they have a nice celebration today at the office. They had a chili cook-off contest, and apparently Johan likes things that are a little bit too spicy. A little bit of behind-the-scenesiness. When I was in Sitges to go to this event with Tinto, there was 2 bottles of hot sauce. One of them was like, oh, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Yeah, that's cool. And the other one was Johan's personal hot sauce. The only other time my mouth has been in that much pain, I was having my wisdom teeth removed. I'm not even joking. Whatever this hot sauce was that apparently was Johan's personal freaking hot sauce. Never trying that again. He likes... I like spicy food. That's not spicy food. That's a... Oh. Even the memory is giving me Vietnam flashbacks. Anyway, moving on. There is a post here as well about the Teutonic Order from, I'm looking at, the last Wednesdays, I think, the war screen. Teutonic Order here and showing the amount of urban locations it has, which is, it's nice to have that. But also, Kotick here saying that they should include the total number of locations owned by the country. And, that seems like a reasonable idea. The idea of, but why? Because it's information that people like. I've got my total population. I kind of like to know my total amount of locations as well. 100% I agree with Kotick here. And I agree with this 2 groups of people. So it'd be nice if that was added. There was also a... I commented on that Wednesday post, which was about warfare and such, that I didn't know if there were changes that happened since the previous dev diary about warfare, about what the stats do for generals. So these are the stats for generals as they currently stand right now. They are different from the ones that we saw back in Dev Diary 22. And as that comparison here, they are in the Dev Diary number 22, and here they are now. So, things like possible frontage, this is the one that people were like, oh, goddamn, that's kind of crazy. So from 36, you got 36. Now from 10, you're getting 1. So it is 10% of your number. So 36 would give 3.6. As far as I understand it, which is unironically just like an insanely good nerf, a necessary nerf. But also there's other things that have changed as well. From 37 you get in 74 initiative. From 51 we're getting 51 initiative. So instead of it doubling, it's now giving an equal amount. But those are the biggest number of things that I've seen that have changed. Discipline looks like you're doubling here, and now it's just a flat, 10% of this number is this number. So, yeah, things definitely changed here. I am of the opinion that they have changed for the better. But anyway, moving on. As many people have asked many times, the Teutonic Order and Poland should not start at war. They know, and it will be fixed. However, it's a great test case for military issues for now, so it saves dozens of hours each week. to not, oh, we're testing military fixes. Either we have to go in to the game and start a war between two countries and then fix things, or you just play as Teutons, Poland, Bohemia, Lithuania, whatever, so you can test those fixes just like that. I mean, honestly, kind of goated reason, not gonna lie. It's very, very much, yeah, fair enough. On slightly less positive notes, though, for those of you unfortunate enough to have been given Macs as your platform of choice, there is no plans right now to have any Mac support. It will be on Steam and it will be on Windows. That right now it says there are no plans. That can change. So if you are a Mac person, I don't know if there's a pejorative for Mac person other than, you like Macs, whatever. I'm just joking. Yeah, I would try and raise a stink about this if I were you. I'm glad I'm not you, though. I use the superior platform, Windows, of course. Actually, I think only Linux people can say that, but whatever. Yeah, it sucks for you guys. I mean, it really does, and I hope they change that, and I hope that they will have support for you guys, because I mean, I enjoyed the game, and like I kind of want everyone to be able to enjoy the game, and if you're not going to be able to enjoy the game because you're on an inferior platform, and that kind of sucks for you, right? Anyway, moving on. They used a V instead of a 5, commented W. 100% agree. But also, we have always used Roman numerals for sequel names for our grand strategy games at Paradox, so why change now? The Shade. The Shade. The Shade. Either this means that Victoria 3 is not a grand strategy game, which personally, I actually unironically do not consider it a grand strategy game. I think it misses the grand part of the grand strategy game genre. But The Shade, I love it. It's fantastic. There was a thread. Please remove the shirtless dudes from unit renders. And you know what? I am all for this. It does feel weird to raise levies in Constantinople or Florence or Milan or Naples. Just going over the countries that I played. And dudes coming out shirtless. It does not vibe. Their vibes are not there. So I agree with Mr. Tercio Soldier. There's some other examples of it in here, like I think this is in Japan. I don't know. But also, fucking modeled the butt crack is very funny. Modeling the butt crack is hilarious. Of course, they are just your average footy fans. It makes sense. But St. Dave coming in with the W. Levies in hot climates will no longer appear shirtless. I hope levies in cold climates also don't appear shirtless, but maybe they didn't already. Can't promise the same for developers in hot climates. I mean, look, perfectly. Having been to Tinto, having been to Sitges and talked to all Tinto, every single person there is damn fine in specimen of an individual. I'm not gonna lie, there's some hot people there. Anyway, moving on. But that's also fantastic, and he goes on to say here, they have some nearly shirtless models for American, African, and South Asia that they're working as designed, but this is about removing the global rule for a totally topless character. Great, I think that's a good fix. So initially when I made this video, I was also going to do the Brandenburg video thing at the same time. But this video is already 29 minutes long, so I'm gonna put this in a separate video. And also today there's also another video, and it's the British feedback. So what my new plan is, I'm gonna make this video. This one's gonna come, like the Brandenburg thing is gonna come out tomorrow, and then the British feedback is gonna come out on Wednesday, and then on Wednesday there's another Tinto thread. We can actually see what that is, because it's said at the end of this. Like this would make the video an hour long. I'm not gonna lie, it literally would make it even more than an hour long. On Wednesday there is a Tinto talk about Hinduism, Jainism, and Sikhism. So there's gonna be that. I'll probably put that one out on Thursday, and I will include the developer commentary after doing it that way. And then Friday, there's another Tinto flavor, this time about Delhi. So, there is a lot of there's a lot of EU5 stuff to come. So you should subscribe to my channel. That'd be a cool thing to do. You should perhaps also like the video and leave me some comments in the comment section below, including questions. Right? I did a video which was a Q&A. AAR, not an AAR, AMA thing. Basically, ask me any questions about my experiences at being in Tinto and Sitges, about playing the game, all that kind of thing. I'm allowed to answer basically anything based on my experiences. There's no NDA on my experiences, right? I'm allowed to talk about the game. So ask me anything, and I will answer. I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. I'll see you guys for some Brandenburg flavor. It should be a good time. This was a fun country to play in EU5. So I will see you tomorrow. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.